Thank you. Hello, my name is Lila, and I'm an artist, filmmaker, lecturer, and theorist specializing in exploring screen choreography and technoetic aesthetics in theory and practice. I'm a lecturer and thesis supervisor at the Aleph Trust. The Sentient project is co-led by Owen Fender and myself. Sentience is a conscious community project supported by the Aleph Trust. This presentation will be followed by a demo tomorrow, which illustrates how the app will work in more detail. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the internet has become a global survival strategy. As a result, the need for an online platform where participants can connect with each other on a deeper level than possible on existing social media has acquired a fresh urgency. We have decided to call this platform Sentient. Sentient is a social media environment where less attention is paid to surface appearances and more to what lies underneath. Young people who have never known a world without the internet are particularly susceptible to the manipulative behavior modifying algorithms that existing social media platforms use as the basis for their business model. These companies exploit a vulnerability in human psychology by stimulating a low-level threat response in users and trapping them in a social validation feedback loop that administers a small dopamine hit every time something they shared is liked or commented upon. This is a vicious circle, which becomes more vicious once a bad actor realizes they can get far more attention from negative behavior than from positive. Other users who are well-meaning experience a zombie-like effect where they are frightened to be themselves in the artificial space and so conform to what they believe is normal. Hence, avatars, which have the potential to be utilized for self-knowledge and explorations of identity, are reduced to merely surface appearances. Sentient would hack this vicious circle and transform it into a virtuous circle by providing users with a nurturing, safe, and most importantly, non-manipulative alternative where people would be free to express themselves without fear of negative repercussions such as troll behavior. By taking back their power, participants will be able to interact with each other on their own terms, and together we'll be able to invent a new pattern of society and culture, a process termed in media theory and coined by Jean Youngblood as the build and world building. Our main research question is, how can subjective transpersonal experience be given greater prominence in a live streaming and social media context to enable positive, long-lasting transformation of the participants involved? We are working with a core group who currently provide ongoing feedback. The core group includes therapeutic, medical practitioners, psychologists, and teachers. Most of them are students or graduates of the Aleph Trust. The pilot stage comprises the core group plus a wider group of approximately 50 students of 18 years old and above, mainly drawn from the Aleph Trust and Bath Spa University. The interface design draws on Rupert Sheldrake's system of units of biological and social morphogenic fields and takes the form of a hierarchy. It will have the structure of a living body possessing the 7 processes vital to life, an hierarchical system ranging in scale from the subcellular to the whole organism. The live streaming and network performative events are perceived as the ritualistic heartbeat that regularly transmits the subtle body of the environment. They are being designed to have a transformative as well as therapeutic function through participation. Our approach to live events is informed by the aesthetics and theories of cyber performance and network performance. Hence, we are using a newly updated platform called Upstage, which is a pioneering web-based venue for live online performance, where remote performers can collaborate in real time using digital media, and online audiences anywhere in the world can join events by going on a web page without having to download any additional software. We also use Open Broadcaster software, OBS, for our current experiments. Upstage should be available to the public in October. Our approach is inspired by Roy Ascott's description of telematic communication networks as a grid overlapping the Earth in the form of a subtle body. It is based on the notion that the physical body has a double named the etheric body, which is its subtle dimension that contains and determines all its biological components and functions. The subtle body has the shape of a web of energy streams. The subtle body transmits prana, the universal life force, in and out of the physical body. Telematic infrastructure such as Sentient should function like a subtle body. For example, we currently work on a remote energy healing as a live streaming participatory event. We utilize my technoetic concept of networked rights, in which each category of cognition is seen as a channel. We have 5 channels as listed on the slide. So in the case, the remote healer, who is a student of the Aleph Trust and part of our core group, is the intention channel. Through this channel, the energy is transmitted. The other channels transfigure the energy into vision, images, sound, movement, which are all transpire on the platform stage. The text channel is the chat, but there is also the option of writing and drawing directly on the stage. These faculties / channels are operated by the participants on the platform stage. During the live event, the platform will be generating the healing energy, which is perceived as the subtle body of the technology. As mentioned, we're working with the core and wider research groups utilizing qualitative methodology. So we have questionnaires with which to assess and measure the grades of the different aspects of the live experience. The platform provides a framework for designing technoetic aesthetics. In our paper, we listed and gave details of 2 live events, one with environmental focus and the other with a cultural focus. The performance on the platform as stage allows us to experiment in mixed reality events. Our purpose here is not to discuss further the live events, which we are confident we can make happen, as the platform is almost ready and it's about using the technology in innovative ways. It's more useful at this stage to focus on the app. The sentient environment will take the form of an abstracted human body. Each participant represents a cell in this body. Aspects of the profile, such as personal details, media, and memes, are the subcellular organelles, and their profile picture is the nucleus. Most people in the UK now access the internet on smartphone, so it is important to focus the design of Sentient to work on these devices. The smartphones have limited screen space to work with. However, they offer many benefits, including sensors such as accelerometers, measuring movements, gyroscopes, measuring rotations, cameras, voice recording, and of course, touch screens. These, combined with the fact that smartphones are with us all the time, makes them highly conducive to a more expressive, gestural, and human social media. In this hypothesis of the meme as a unit of cultural information spread by imitation, scientist Richard Dawkins states that Memes should be regarded as living structures, not just metaphorically, but technically. The scientist Rupert Sheldrake argues that cultural morphic fields are not atomic units of cultures like other types of morphic fields. They are structured in nested hierarchies of fields, and they are not passed on solely by imitation, but their acquisition is favored by morphic resonance. Thus, Sentient treats the meme as a living part of a greater organism. It can undergo transformation and evolution due to interactions with other parts of the living system in a process that will naturally tend towards a stable pattern of organization. Sheldrake adds, according to the hypothesis of formative causation, the organization of social systems depends on nested hierarchies of morphic fields, with the overall field of the society organizing the individual animals within it through the morphic fields, which in turn organize their component organs and so on down to the cellular and subcellular level. The transformation of memes takes on the form of cell growth and division. Thus, a simple meme can evolve into a rich, meaningful, co-created symbol in which many people hold a stake. On the slide, we show the meme growth stages as follows. A participant can post a meme with which other users have numerous ways to interact, including the opportunity to bond one of their own memes or other media to the original memes. Beyond that, further interactions cause increased integration of the memes until they are fully merged and can give birth to a new original meme. This maturation of ideas that are shared between participants and can in turn give birth to a wholly new creation. There is also the option to make one's meme private, preventing other users from interacting with it. The participant will always have an authentic choice to share as much or as little as they like. This is in keeping with our desire for a non-manipulative, open, safe space. There is an emphasis on subjective forms of communications, such as the sharing of sensations, feelings, and perceptions, which can be expressed through colors, sound, touch, and movement, as well as through writing, speech, and figurative images. The tactile qualities of the touchscreen allow for physical interaction. At the most basic level, someone can simply touch a meme, leaving a trace to show that they have experienced it. They can also share a simple sound or vibration, utilizing the vibration faculty on most smartphones, or utilizing the accelerometer, a movement which can be visualized or sonified and replayed by other users. Bodily sensations and embodied emotions can be expressed by drawing on a representation of themselves in the form of a human figure, and feelings can be shared by generating abstract forms. Basically, someone can share bodily sensation by painting on the figure of a human. In Sentient, participants can share written comments. They can also write a personal journal, engaging in journaling for personal reflection or for therapeutic purposes. For example, for psychologists and therapists and those who are engaged with therapeutic processes, they will be able to view the pattern of their holistic health. A journal entry can be shared with others or remain private. The combined responses of participants create a living mandala of human experience, which surrounds the meme and acts as a historical record, much like the growth rings of a tree. These alternative modes of expression or ways of knowing help to break through the language, culture, and other differences that often divide us. They also make it easier for those who, for whatever reason, find it difficult to express themselves in words. Beyond it, they aid us all in communicating that which is difficult or indeed impossible to express, the sense of wonder, humility, and compassion, which is beyond words, and which, if shared, can add meaning and richness to our collective experience. Psychologist Claire Graves' theory of spiral dynamics proposes that consciousness is an unfolding, emerging, spiraling process marked by progressive subordination of older, lower order behavior systems to newer, higher order systems, proceeding through 8 general stages, which are also called memes for spiral dynamics. A meme is simply a basic stage of development that can be expressed in any activity. The memes shared in Sentient undergo similar development, which are also analog to the 7 life processes of movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, exertion, and nutrition. The design of the space allows participants to form groups which take the form of tissues or organs in the greater organism. For example, moderation of pus can be carried out by the liver and kidneys, removing toxins that may harm the system as a whole. This is not just a metaphor, but a very real and practical method of negative behavior that may arise. Our core group member, medical doctor Kelly Morris, is exploring this possibility. Our approach marries well with Graves' 8th stage of human development and philosopher Ken Wilber's universal holistic system, which unites feeling with knowledge, multiple levels interwoven into one conscious system. In Sentient, participants can share written comments, links, and photographs, but they are also able to do so much more. And they are able to create deeper, more meaningful connections that grow organically. In this gestalt or overview of the entire space, as well as their place in it. Our vision is that sentience will also provide a safe space for the exploration of what it means to be human in an increasingly post-human existence. Technology itself isn't the problem, but it needs to be integrated holistically into our lives and environments to aid humanity's well-being. I wish to conclude with a citation from my technoetic intermedia artist and colleague, Katerina Karasos. Unless we bring the love that technoethics brings to telematics, cyberspace remains another same space that intelligent men should conquer in order to preserve his title as the fittest of the fitting. So, final words on our current and near future plans and activities. We produced a demo that illustrates the app design and its functional use. We are currently preparing a project package for interested parties. We are also looking for developers, so please email us if you want to be involved. And we're working on the design and the rehearsals towards the live streaming events with the participants of our research groups on Upstage starting October, November. Thank you.